Hello everyone, this is Ramsha Isa, your interview and your career coach, and in this video we will talk about one job interview question that is extremely tricky to answer. It's probably the most challenging job interview question that you can get, and I can completely understand that how for a lot of people it can be difficult to answer, especially if they have done something that can backfire and can come back and do some harm to them. Having said that, there is a way to tackle this question, but before I give you the approach, the question is, why were you fired from your last company? Number one thing that you should always remember: do not lie. Do not make up an excuse and say that, hey, I was not fired, I decided to leave the company. They will find out. Do not say something that can do more harm to you. Instead, acknowledge your mistake. Take ownership of your actions. Tell them, yes, I was fired from the last company that I worked for. It is never easy for any company to fire their employee because they take they put in a lot of work, a lot of resources, a lot of money into training their employee. The last thing they want to do is fire their employee and waste their money and resources. So if the company has decided to fire an employee, then that's a big decision that they have made. Having said that, mistakes happen. We all make mistakes, and sometimes we bear consequences of those mistakes. But when this happens to you, you need to gracefully accept your fault, accept your mistake, and take ownership of your actions. If you have a job interview coming up, reach out to your past manager. I know it can be difficult, but it is very important that you do this for yourself so that it does not affect you negatively in the future, right? In the near future. So one thing you can do is you can email your past manager if you have their email. But in case you do not have their email anymore, or that they're not replying to you via email, you can always reach out to them on LinkedIn, because most of the people are on LinkedIn and they're more likely to reply you on LinkedIn than an email for different reasons, right? So always set up a face-to-face meeting, whether it's in person or online, but they should be able to see you and they should be able to hear you. Once you do that, inform them that how you have worked on yourself. What are the different things that you have done to make yourself a better version of yourself? And trust me, when you take that step, when you take the effort, even if your past manager does not speak good about you, they will also not speak negatively about you. A sincere apology, a sincere ownership of mistakes goes a long way. Ask them very respectfully, very politely, that if they can serve as a reference for you, or even if they can't, it's completely okay. But if the hiring manager reaches out to them, then could they, say something nice about you, say something positive about you? Trust me, a lot of people will do that. So now coming to when you get this question, how do you answer this question, right? First thing, be honest and transparent. Acknowledge the fact that you were terminated. It's the reality, it happened, but also mention how did you work on yourself? How did you improve since then? Always mention that with complete honesty and transparency. Next, explain them without going into the details. Yes, you were terminated. You can give a brief context on it, but you don't have to go on details. They don't expect you that you give them details about what exactly happened, what exactly led to that, right? So you can explain the situation without giving details. And lastly, mention what did you learn from the situation? How did you improve since then? What was the lesson behind the situation? We all make mistakes. We all at least we all have gotten negative feedback or constructive criticism, and many people also end up getting fired or losing their jobs, and that's completely okay. But every situation, every positive and negative situation has something that comes with it. It teaches you something, and that's what you have to emphasize on. What did you learn from that situation? Now here are 3 answer templates that I have made for you, which will help you answer this challenging and tricky job interview question. Template 1: my former company laid off 50% of its employees, and unfortunately the new hirees, including myself, were the first one to be let go. As a result, I was among those who were laid off. Template 2: I was let go from the company because the company and I were not the right fit for each other. After taking the job, I realized that it was not the best decision to take this position, as the work did not align with what I wanted to do. However, this does not define my capabilities and potential as an employee. I would love to give you references of my past employees who can speak about my work ethic and qualification. Template 3. Unfortunately, I was let go from my previous position because I had certain knowledge gaps and my performance was not up to the mark. While it was a challenging experience, I took a complete ownership of what happened and dedicated time to increase my knowledge on certain areas. I took webinars and courses to enhance my knowledge. Since then, I have upgraded my knowledge in refining my skill set. I'm confident that I have learned significantly from the experience and I'm looking forward to applying my new knowledge in my upcoming role. Do you see the difference between these three answers, right? They're completely three different situations. So, depending on what was your reason of getting fired, you can use one of these. I hope you guys find this video beneficial. If this question does come up, or if you think this question will come up, if this situation applies to you, definitely check out this video and follow these tips and these templates, and you will be more than okay. If you like this video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe, and do let me know what else you want to see.